three very interesting products that are coming into the market: Valley, Violet, Watercrest. So we're going to assess these three products today in this video because the launch is now and you cannot miss this opportunity because EMAAR is coming up. It's the summers, right? So you get very interesting deals during the summers. EMAAR coming up with the price point of 993 dirham per square foot is phenomenal, especially for a product like Valley, because if you believe, everyone knows that Dubai Hills is a phenomenal investment, one of the best investment products in the market where investors have made fantastic returns. Now, if you feel like you're one of those people who missed the boat in Dubai Hills or EMAAR beachfront, this video is for you because Valley is going to be 1.5 times the size of Dubai Hills. Jumping into the matter, now people will be like, okay, why am I investing into off-plan and not ready? Apart from leverage trading, and we'll understand the numbers shortly, lifestyle. Nowadays, all developers are focusing towards your lifestyle, the consumer lifestyle. So if you can see the winding trails, you'll find a lot of water bodies. It's for the first time EMAAR, apart from, let's say, springs, lakes, meadows, EMAAR is coming up in the new, what's missing, difference between, let's say, Dubai Hills and Valley are these little water bodies. They've got much bigger play areas. You've got, apart from open lawns, see now the green belt, the Sikka, they call it the Sikka. They've made wider, bigger Sikkas. And then the rest, of course, you've got your commercial office buildings, the schools, the hospitals, the facilities. You must understand, why am I making these comparative reports? There is a massive supply. Just off my head, how many new communities are there? DAMAC Lagoons, DAMAC Hills, Dubai Hills, Arabian Ranches 3, the Valley, Riverside Heights, Country Club, EMAAR South, Dubai South, Expo City. You know, there's a large supply of townhouses that are coming to the market. Yet, but still, I would always prefer a townhouse as a product. Like when I see apartments going to the price, a one-bedroom apartment going to the price of 2 million, I would tell my investors, I think townhouse is a better product because a very wide demographic is a family, husband, wife, child, nanny. That's a very targetable audience to whom we can trade the product. You're an investor, you enter the investment, seize the opportunity at the right price, you sell it to an end user. That's the plan. Now, a product that I'm focusing on are bigger sized townhouses. I love the product semi-detached villas. So we'll get into the numbers. I'll tell you why I enjoy semi-detached villas, because see, your consumer or the consumer is constantly trying to expand. A person who owns a 3-bed villa wants a 4-bed villa. A person who owns a 4-bed wants a 5-bed. Or a person who has a townhouse wants at least a semi-detached. A person who has a semi-detached wants an independent house. So that's how your graph is progressing. So if I'm now looking at a townhouse, I look at minimal price, and hence I'm targeting the product called Natura, which is now Violet, which was first Camilla, then Natura, now Violet. If I'm targeting a big size townhouse, so that's Valley. But Valley, I'm selling the whole lifestyle. I'm selling EMAAR as a brand, an extremely tradable product. I'm selling the entire community, and which is the power of Dubai Hills. I'm selling the location, which I'll explain shortly as well. And then thirdly, Ellington, the heights, the semi-detached villas on the park, extremely interesting product. We'll understand those numbers. There, I will explain to you the power of demand supply. The supply is just 300 houses, 300 semi-detached villas, where you had just in the initial launch over 1,200 townhouses, you had only 300 semi-detached. And that's sort of the demographic in most communities. If you study Dubai Hills, if you study Arabian Ranches 3, the semi-detached villas in Dubai Hills was called the club villas. The prices jumped all the way up to 9 million. So shortly we'll get into those numbers as well. Extremely interesting product. Ellington, we'll quickly touch by Ellington Watercrest because Ellington is a separate brand. So products like Ellington, Miras, Omniat, they have a separate fan base. So people who invest into these products technically hesitate to invest with a brand like EMAAR because they're more specific into the quality. So that I would say it's a limited audience, but it's a very interesting product to target as well. So let's understand these numbers quickly. So, in first, before we get into the prices, let's understand the location. So, dealing with one product over here. Now, Dubai Al Ain Road, I'll show you one more map, which will give a better representation. But then, Dubai Al Ain Road, if I go towards the, let's say, left, here's where most of the new communities are coming up, whether it's the Villa, Arabian Ranches 3, Aldars, Athlon, Haven, Shoba Reserve. So it's full. This particular section is owned by Dubai Holdings, so we can expect even a project by Miras. If that comes, that's when the value hypes. You should always, in most of my videos, I cannot state clearly. You have to read between the lines. If I keep going straight, I've got Dubai Creek Harbour and downtown. In one of my videos at the valley, I've stood there, I've shown the GPS. It takes exactly 27 minutes to reach downtown Dubai. Extremely interesting location. Then we're dealing with Heights, which is on this side. Now Heights, of course, Heights and DAMAC Hills 2 is right here, right adjacent to Valley. So Valley takes about half of this plot. EMAAR owns the entire land parcel, and the rest of the land parcel is owned by DAMAC. It's pretty much like a Dubai Hills and a DAMAC Hills situation. So hence DAMAC Hills 2 and the Heights much closer to the new airport, so that's the biggest strong selling point. Whether it's Heights, the new master community, Club Polo Resort, Riverside Oasis, that's one of their hot reasons. It's next to the new airport, but I always say stick to the price per square foot, floor plan, community. These products, these pointers will help you trade much better than just being near the airport. This is a much better visual representation. So this is from the watercrest. But so this is Dubai Al Ain Road, the road I was mentioning. That if you go, let's say if I drive from Creek Harbour, in about 12 minutes, I'll reach this section. That's District 11 of MBR City. That's why this was a very interesting location. But of course, there's a massive difference between a small cluster of villas, townhouses compared to a massive community like Dubai Hills or the Valley. So if you keep going straight, in about 20 minutes, you'd reach the Valley. From here, it's another, let's say, 10, 12 minutes. So that's Valley. If you keep going straight ahead, this Russell Cove Wildlife Sanctuary, that's where Dubai Creek Harbour is, and this is, of course, your downtown Dubai. So that's to explain where Valley is and Watercrest. Heights and DAMAC Hills 2 is right next to the airport. So that's just to clarify, just to give you an idea of the location. Now let's jump into the numbers. So the most important products we're going to discuss today is Natura. The new product is called Violet. EMAAR's Valley Phase 2 versus Heights. So these are maybe my top products because, like I've mentioned, Ellington is, because the price per square foot is slightly higher, I find that it's a very specific product. Beautiful product, definitely has a lot of potential, but today's video we're going to focus more on these three products. So it's tough to get a comparison of Natura. DAMAC Hills 2 initially targeted a different consumer audience, but now when they're developing the water community, the products are quite high-end. Park Greens was one of the best products in the market, I believe, as an investment. Beautiful semi-detached townhouses on the park. So that definitely took DAMAC Hills to another level, plus the fact that it's right adjacent to the Valley, which is going to be the next Dubai Hills, gives it a very, very strong position in the market. Not forgetting the fact that it's about 15 minutes away from the new airport. I'm just comparing with Sun in Arabian Ranches 3 because Sun in Arabian Ranches 3, if you look at the size, it was just around 2,400 square foot for a 4-bed townhouse. That's quite less. And even if you look at the design, you know, like I never enjoyed these, you know, like this is a kitchen. Now, like, I'll show you what an Ellington kitchen looks like. You know, so this is a kitchen was very unacceptable for me. But despite of my personal thoughts, the price jumped up to 3.7 million AD. These were purchased at around the same price point, you know, like 2.1, 2.2 million dirhams. So that is why I thought this is an interesting comparison. They did really well because it had, like I said, houses always have a certain target audience. So another big advantage of Natura is that the handovers in 2026, most products are handovers in 2027. The Heights, for example, the product is not ready at all. Valley and DAMAC Hills to have an edge that it's a ready community. People are moving in. To be honest, a lot of my friends live in DAMAC Hills too, and they're extremely happy with the community. That forced me to visit the community, understand better, understand the investment potential. So I'm achieving this close to 60% in about 2 years' time, which is quite equivalent to my other opportunities, because that'll take 3 years. Over here, I have a shorter cycle. I've computed on 60%. It's a 60-40 payment plan. So 60%, my ideal point to sell or trade a property is 6 months before handover. So that's my point where I trade a property. So I've invested around 1.1 million. I have potential to make around 60% investment return. So the next product, Velora and Venera, extremely important investment product. EMAAR is a brand. It's an extremely easy trading product. I've traded EMAAR products even after paying 24% down payment. I had investors. It was not planned in case they wanted an easy exit or a quick exit due to returns. Maybe they found a more interesting product, and I've managed to actually trade them within my circle itself. That's how strong the product is. So I'm comparing it with a Maple. So if you look at Maple, the price has gone to 4.75 million AD. Of course, it took time to reach that stage. I think prices have gone even higher than 5 million, but I'm just giving you an achievable price point. But if I compare Maple with the new houses coming up in the valley, the amenities, I have not seen EMAAR come up with so many amenities. It's because, like I've mentioned, now developers, Aldar, Athlon, it's targeting a healthy lifestyle. Haven, Tilal Al Gaf came up with Gaf Woods. People are targeting more of, let's say, nature, healthy lifestyle. That's sort of the way towards the future. Sustainability. So these are more of the targeted features and amenities in the upcoming communities. But let me show you the design itself. Now imagine owning one of these houses. Now if Maple has gone up to 4.75 million AD, imagine having, now of course it's about location again, right? That's why you have to plan way in advance. This is not the best picture because I took it from the Dubai Hills EMAAR sales office, but this is the location. So this is Farm Gardens 1, Farm Gardens 2. This is the location of Velora, and this is the location of Venera. Now imagine you get a product that's facing the park, close to these amenities. I can explain to you. That's when you get to achieve numbers like this, where I've placed it at 4 million. So you have potential to sell this. If you sell it at 4 million, you make around 171%. So we're targeting somewhere around 30% per annum, right? 25 to 30% per annum is your potential appreciation. And again, I've taken about 70% of the value because, like I've mentioned, I'd like to trade it 6 months before the handover. So 70% of the value, you have potential to hit 171. Now, if I look at Club Villas, I've told you Club Villas is a very unique product. The value, and look at the size, it's 2894. Technically, the semi-detached villas at the Heights is around, it's bigger than this, it's more than 3,000 square foot. The price jumped to 9.5. Of course, this person has added a pool, but even without that, the prices have gone quite high. But I'm conservative. I'm very, very conservative when it comes to my numbers. So I've taken up a 5 million. So you have similar, see, all three of them. So that's how a good investment should look like. At least around 25 to 30% per annum, your investment value should increase. So these three, now if I look at Watercrest and Nalchiba Garden, so both of these are in the same location, District 11, the one that I showed in the map. Let me just show you the quality. So if you look at the quality of Ellington, it really, it's perfect, right? It's very rare that you find such perfect construction quality. I think some developers, Omnia, Shobha, Ellington, they really stand apart because of the quality of construction. Now, I'll tell you a typical audience for this property. Now, I had a client of mine. He was a developer slash a surgeon in Australia, and he moved in. He got a job in the American hospital in Dubai. So his American hospital is located in Oud Mehta. So he wanted something 15, 20 minutes because, of course, the hospital gave him accommodation. But he wanted to invest in a house that was nearby to his. He was pretty much sure he's going to say, he's like, I'm in love with Dubai. I want to stay here. So he wants a house for himself, a good investment. Now, this is that kind of a product, because it's very specific. As an investor, I would feel safer in a massive community like Dubai Hills, the Valley. It is bound to increase. Here, you have a very, very specific audience because it's a very small community. Of course, the finishes are unbelievable. If you look at an Ellington finish, it's tough to compare it to any other product in the market. I'll have to compare this with, I can't even compare it to the Barari. That's how good it is. This is how they look. So these alcove townhouses, and there's something called Riverside. But this is a separate discussion that we'll get into for an investor who's looking for something a lot more specific. But today's discussion, because tomorrow is the launch, Valley, extremely important investment, lowest price point by EMAAR in recent times for the product, 993 dirham per square foot. For someone who wants to invest somewhere around 1 to 1.1 million dirhams, don't miss the opportunity in DAMAC Hills. We can compare it with the Heights and find your ideal investment. But Valley and DAMAC Hills too, especially Valley, it's tomorrow. We know that it's going to get sold out tomorrow. If you're interested, contact me ASAP in the number below. I think today and tomorrow I'll be working around the clock. So let's see how it goes. It's going to be a very interesting launch. It's going to be a war tomorrow. Nowadays the launches are more like wars, especially the launches with EMAAR, Miras and Nikhil. But it is the business. I'm constantly enhancing my network on both ends. I'm trying to build a big group of clients. So very soon you're going to find me doing podcasts with Saudis, the Emiratis, because I have to now work on both sides of the sphere, right? So because who's the most powerful agent in Dubai? The most powerful agent in Dubai is a person who's dealing with at least 10 to 15 investors, new investors every day, because you'll find one certain kind of powerful agent who'll have probably 3 to 5 strong investors and he just works with them. But that does not help you trade, because I know this for a fact. There'll be 2% agents in the entire market who will be able to trade a property. There will be 98% of agents who tell you, yes, they will trade, but they will be unable to trade successfully, because the only way to trade is if you take it from your existing investor and then you sell it across to one of your investors in another country who understands the product. So I've done this, like for example, I had an investor living in Dubai Hills, invested in the Valley. He wanted to sell it because he wanted to buy acres. So I sold to one of my investors in the US because he understood the product. So it was creating win-win situations, but you have to do it within your network itself. Otherwise, it will be very, very difficult to trade. So, but these products that we discussed today, very interesting, very easy to trade. Contact me ASAP. And thank you for watching. Do hit the like button. I see like thousands of views, but I don't see much of likes. Please do hit the like button. Share, subscribe. Let's schedule a call. I have made some very interesting reports. I'll share the reports to you, and let's make some money. Thank you for watching. Mohammed Zahid.